All right, so last video, we got to talk about how I was in preschool. All right, I said kindergarten several times, like even in the description, I had kindergarten, but it was for preschool. I went to Deers Little Preschool, and I had, that's why I learned how to like fight, how to bite, and how to tie my shoes pretty much. And but that was pretty much it that I can remember, of course, at the time. Now, kindergarten, oh boy, I'm gonna set the scene for you. This is the early 90s, okay? Now, in the early 90s, my mother in particular, she gave the teachers a note saying that, hey, look, if my son get out of line, you could punish him by, spanking him. Let's just say spanking him. So, so that being said, that gave them permission to spank me. So my kindergarten teacher was Miss Hamilton, and Miss Hamilton, I remember almost getting spanked. Now, to me as a kid, being in kindergarten, and she also moved up to be my first grade teacher. Now, I remember getting spanked all the time, like all the time. Um, Getting spanked by her. I don't know what it was, like her beef. Now, that being said, I was the only student in there that was allowed to get spanked. So, if I got out of line, if I didn't say my ABCs correctly or didn't do my assignment, she was going to spank me in the back of the class. Like, I didn't get spanked in front of all the other kids, but I definitely got spanked in the back of the class where you put like your backpacks and your coats in kindergarten. So, what I'm saying, in the background, like, if you was on stage and the people behind the stage. So, like, on stage, you could hear what's going on behind the curtain. So I was like behind the walled off curtain, just like, and that was me. so, so that was like me and Miss Hamilton. Now, for some odd reason at this time, she also had, hey, her son as like a teacher assistant. So he had a regular job, but he'll come there to help her out. Like, I know he used to bring her like lunch, I want to say, and things like that from the house. So I believe he lived there, or maybe he was in between going to college and just staying there at the time. Either way, she will leave the class and leave him in charge, but then like tell him like, hey, look, if Rico gets out of line, you could whoop his, you could spank him. And he would. So not only would I get spanked by Miss Hamilton, I'll also get spanked by her son, who was just like a regular old college student guy. Now, that was crazy. All right, so I do remember that in kindergarten years, me learning my ABCs, me learning how to count, how to tell time. I do remember that, but that learning was in between getting, spanked in the back of the class, unfortunately. And, other students took that as being terrified and not to mess with Miss Hamilton. And that kind of, made the other students work harder. So, what happened to me made other students work harder because they're like, man, I don't want to be like that guy. So that was kindergarten. So as I said, she was also my first grade teacher. So the same thing happened in first grade. All that was pretty much just a blend. Her and her son, teaching me all the things I needed to learn as a kindergarten and a first grader. Yeah, that was it. That was kindergarten and first grade. That would be the video for this. And yeah, now that actually, the school that at that time was actually Benjamin Banneker. So yes, it was Benjamin Banneker School of Technology, I want to say. Now, that school was amazing. Okay, I do remember that being a school where we had computers. And now I know schools give you iPads and give you MacBooks nowadays, but back then in like 91, 92, we had a computer lab that was just filled with computers. So that was amazing, getting to learn computer technology and how to use keyboards, mouses, and things like that at that particular time was a big thing. Not a lot of students had that privilege at that time. So I do remember going to Benjamin Banneker from kindergarten, first, and second grade. And Butcher Green Elementary wasn't until I reached third grade is when I went to Butcher Green Elementary School. But yeah, Benjamin Banneker, kindergarten, first, and I do believe even second grade. I rarely got any field trips, unfortunately. Any field trips you may have in kindergarten, first or second, enjoy them, because I was that problem kid, and my teacher, Miss Hamilton, and then also Miss Williams in second grade. Once I had her, she also wasn't having it. Now Miss Williams in second grade, we'll get to her in the next video. She was nicer than Miss Hamilton, but she also didn't play that, and she'll also take, her spankings to me when she just had enough. Now that soon changed once I got to Butcher Green Elementary School in third grade. They got that letter. My mom tried to give them that letter saying that, hey, you can discipline my son by spanking him, and they're like, whoa, lady, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. We'll just like suspend them or give them detention or, something like that. But we don't spank kids. But that wasn't until third grade. So we got the preschool video out. This is the kindergarten and first grade video. Next, I will do the second grade video. But it'll probably be a short video or be included with the third grade video. I do have lots to say about third grade, but second grade, not too much. So we will chat again. I appreciate y'all for staying tuned to this series of how I go through my elementary school life. It will get, a little bit more exciting. It's getting a little bit more and more, as we go, as we progress. Please like the video, please subscribe, and I'll check you out later. Peace.